Hi everyone, Chibi Chats here. Hi Miroshi.
And Pin Kurumi, we're back again.
So we're going to talk about 3 of the current animes today. And our first topic is Two Car. So this is a high school racing drama, I guess. And it features 2 girls who are trying to win the Sidecar Championship of Japan. And possibly the craziest club I've ever seen outside of a non-fantasy setting.
Also, yeah, probably the most expensive club, right?
Yeah.
Who has the cash to roll out a motorcycle?
I wonder what the
custom
budget,
motorcycle,
yeah.
So one of the things that is actually really interesting about this series, in particular this first episode, is that they really actually put a lot into it. You actually get to see the characters develop, and you get to know them a little bit. It feels like it's the longest 28 minutes, 22 minutes ever, right?
I think there's far too much plot that goes on in the first section. I think they could have spread all this mentor stuff over a few episodes. I feel like there's just too much in it.
Well, that all that too muchness adds up to it almost feeling kind of more like an OVA than the first episode, because it feels like it goes full circle in just the first episode. So you're like, why? What else is there to watch? Because they've already got to the point, right?
Yeah, I don't like that they overcome their discontent with each other and then they sort of get along at the very end and then win the race. It's kind of like, isn't that what the last episode should be about?
I don't know. I don't know if they were totally getting along since they punched each other at at the end of the race. But I think that they synced up, and that was kind of one of the themes in this was like how they have to work together, and they introduced all of these other little teams and what their relationships were. But it was kind of a lot of it had to do with how much they were able to sync to each other to be successful.
But don't you think that was meant to be the core of what the 13 episode anime was going to be about? How they go from being a team that can't work together to eventually being able to sync together, and then they win.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wonder where it goes after this, but I really have no interest in kind of knowing where it goes, because it was literally so conclusive. So if you want to have like you have 22 minutes, I mean, it just really comes together, at least for me. Like, yeah. It's like they win the end, and then what?
Yeah. I hope they do a little bit more about the other drivers. I just like those extreme characters, like the twin sisters who would always like answer each other in unison, and the absurdity of a gothic lolly team.
Oh yeah, the gothic Lolita race team was standing around with parasols and tights, and then they changed into their like gothic styled racing suits and. Yeah, that was different. Yeah.
So, I think all in all, I found it a fun anime, but I don't know where they're really going to take it. I think there was too much of a plot dump, and I don't know where they can continue to.
I feel the same. I did like the animation, though. I must say that. I think it was really well drawn. It has potential to have a really good plot, but like you said, it's almost like they just dumped everything into one episode. So. What else is there to go? Where else is there to go? Actually, that'd be the right way to phrasing it. Well.
Okay, so the next topic we're gonna chat about is Enmusubi no Youko-chan. So I know this isn't technically a winter anime because it's been going for 2 seasons now, but if you want to sue us, then sure, go ahead.
I would say let's not. Let's just talk about the anime.
So. To be honest, I really didn't get what the plot was for a while until I realized that you're sort of following this one girl who's what's that word now? Prenuptial?
Yes,
arranged marriage.
So there's some sort of arranged marriage subplot within it where she is supposed to marry someone, but she's resisting it because she wants to become the best matchmaker that she can, and somehow marriage will impede that goal. That's one of the plots.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we can't really define what the main plot is the major problem of this anime. So I actually rewatched the episode to do a little count, and I counted that there were 3 fight scenes, there were 10 characters introduced, and I counted probably 4 different subplots. And I feel that this anime is a bit of a mess. It really needs focus. It's got 26 episodes. Do you have to introduce every character you're going to have in those 26 episodes? I think it needs that structure. It needs someone to just pull it together. So, like, compare it, for example, with something like Club to Death Angel Dokuro-chan, if any of you guys know.
Yeah.
Now, Dokuro-chan's kind of like wild and it just happens, but there is a structure to each episode. Each episode has 2 themes, whereas this just didn't. It had like 4 or 5 themes. I couldn't tell you what the point of most of the characters were.
I would say that one of the things that kind of drew me is I liked kind of the opening art. Thought it was really cute, and I liked the idea of the fantasy. And I just don't think it really did a good job of using all the materials it had. It just kind of just swooshed it all in there. It's like, let's have magic. Let's have a subplot of marriage. Let's have a quasi-love interest, kind of. Let's have like some sort of occultish following. Let's have some magical characters. Let's have it's just like, they threw it all in there, and it wasn't necessarily necessary because it has potential it has potential. I think
it does. But you gotta have a structure, and you have to have a theme and a tone. So going back to what you were saying, I really liked the start that it had this mythical, magical feel, and then the introduction music was really nice, and it set that like magical tone. And then suddenly you're in this blind date thing, and someone grabs a microphone and starts hamming it up on the...
It's almost like there was a time jump as well.
Yeah, that's just jarring, like that feels as though it should have been the next episode or a few episodes down the line.
That was like plot number 4. I think it was like reincarnation.
It was fight number 2, I think that it just lacks a lot of structure. There was too much in one episode, and... yeah.
I don't know, maybe as you continue watching it really clarifies, but I'm not such a big fan of that kind of setup where you have to kind of understand as you go. I like it when they build it up little by little, and you get to know the characters, and you're building with the characters.
Yeah, well, your first episode really should just introduce your 2 mains, yeah? So, like, if you have a lead female and a lead male, that's what they should introduce. Whereas there was one guy he ate a lot of food, and then he walked into the battle thing.
Yeah, that was...
And it's like, well, what's his point? What is his purpose?
Who is he?
Yeah, who is he? What's he doing here? And especially when you have 26 episodes, you really can't be forgiven for just not being that structure and having that focus.
Well, we'll see how it goes. It was all right, I would say.
So the next one is Osake wa Fuufu ni Natakara. Wow, that's
Osake
a
wa
lot.
Fuufu ni Natte kara. Yeah, that one is a little bit of a mouthful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, this is so cute. This is so cute. So
Okay. Do you want the plot?
Oh, yeah, I could give it. So basically, this is, it's kind of you follow a woman that works, and basically her relationship with her husband, and their interactions at home, essentially. And the husband is a stay-at-home husband, and she works out there in the workforce. And when she comes home, he always makes her a drink. And
needed.
Yeah, he always makes her a drink. And one of the cutest things is that I guess when she drinks, she becomes like a lot less. She becomes less inhibited and more relaxed, and their relationship is just so cute.
When you actually first see her, she's very formal and she's very work-like. And someone asks her if they'd like to have a drink just to celebrate something, and she declines and goes home. And then as soon as she had that drink, her inhibitions, she relaxes. She smiles. I think one of the coolest thing is that we're going to get like 9 drinks out of this. They show you how to make every drink. So me and Karumi have been thinking about a possibility for an episode around Christmas.
Yeah. This sounds really... going back to the anime, one of the things that you have to realize is that these episodes are incredibly short. Each episode is no more than 3 minutes long, which you might say like how. So we ended up watching 3 just to kind of give it a little bit more meat. But essentially, you start understanding the relationship between the husband and the wife, and it is just so darling. Like, you can tell he really cares about her, and how it's just really cute how she, becomes like less inhibited. But one of the things that I think they do that's really nice is that it doesn't become like this sexual thing. Like, it doesn't become that she loses her like total inhibitions and like is actually it's just really nice. She's just so cute and he is so darling, and
it's very romantic.
It's very romantic. Yeah.
If you have that romantic heart, this is definitely for you. So,
and if you like a nice drink and you're over 21, then this is also the anime for you.
Or 18 if you're in Britain.
Yeah.
So,
that's true in Britain.
So, go on. Positives or negatives about being 2 minutes. I actually wondered, when I first saw this, I thought, only 2 minutes, that's a real shame. But given that the focus is around them and the drinks and the meals that they make, I'm not quite sure whether 30 minutes would add more. I think you could lose something. I think that even though it's a very, very short episode, I think it's enough, and compare it to the last one, it's focused, it has structure, and it just works so well.
I think it's just, I felt it was just really sweet, and it really made sense. And each little episode focused on a specific scene, and that's really what it was all about. And it was real. I thought it was also cute. They have this little lemon mascot that comes around every time a drink comes out. So anyway, it just added that little bit of cuteness to it. But really, just the relationship between them was really kind of one of those like, oh, it was a lot of that going on. It was really cute. And the little bit of alcohol thrown in there, why not?
A bit of fun, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of fun.
Okay, so recommendation from the 3 we watched, I guess.
I don't know. I would say I'm definitely going to be watching the rest of Osake wa for sure.
I think out of these 3, it's Osake wa all the way for me.
Yeah.
I think it was leagues better than the other 2.
Yeah, and it's short. It goes by fast. Honestly, you could wing it out in indefinitely an hour, definitely. And it will make a very interesting. I am interested to try some of those drinks. So more to come on that in future Chibi Chats.
Okay, so thanks for listening, everyone. If you want to ask some questions or post anything, comments below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Yeah?
We'll see you next time, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.